So we're gonna transition to like our fireside chat portion of the program. So Malik, you have a very inspiring story, bro. Only 23 years old, born in the 2000s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we asked, our guest earlier, what does it mean to be born?
Yeah.
And I'd love for us to kind of start by talking about the family that you were born into and maybe how your upbringing shaped the way that you shape your mindset and just like the way that you view life.
Right. No, that's awesome. So I was raised by a single mother. You know, she did everything for me. Worked triple overtime just to make sure that there's food on the table. You know, and so really started from humble beginnings. Never had everything, but I had everything that I needed. And Mama made sure that God made sure that I was raised for sure on faith. You know, just believing in the power of God and understanding that we could do amazing things as long as we believe in Him. And that was a big part of my upbringing. I lost my grandmother at a pretty young age. I lost my great grandmother. I lost my uncle. Like I lost a lot of people, but that means I gained a lot of angels. And so like I'm very familiar with death, and that makes me very familiar with, okay, how do I want to live and make the most of this time? That's what you were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
And some of your story I didn't know, and it made me just gain so much more respect. Because for you to go through something like that and turn it into something positive,
Pain to purpose.
pain to purpose.
Pain to
And
purpose.
for a lot of people,
Absolutely.
pain turns to more pain, and then the pain body just keeps going on. That's why Christ say, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Because a lot of people are experiencing so much pain, and they don't know that they can turn that pain into light. They are the light, and you doing something that you see that light shining through. The sun not
Absolutely,
even
it's
faced
here.
that way. It's a whole bunch of buildings. The light's still here for a reason.
So one thing, what we like to do at the Better Days Project is integrate faith into
Yeah.
the mental health conversation because I think it's not talked about enough. And that's the one thing that I feel like separates a lot of human beings when it should be the main thing that connects us. And why do you feel like it's important for you to kind of talk about faith and your journey and vocally express that to people?
Yeah, it's so important. It's nothing to run away from or shy away from. I think it makes people have to look in the mirror and ask themselves like that fundamental block question: what is my faith? You know, what do I believe in? How is this guiding me in a positive way? Am I actually doing the inner work? So when I bring up God, and I do it every video, it don't matter the topic. It forces people to say, am I doing the inner work? When's the last time I tapped in with the Creator that put me here for a purpose? Just by mentioning the word God, they could go from atheist to believer.
Facts.
Just by mentioning God. We're in spaces now where we removed God. So now what do we have to do? We got to do it like what we doing now. Creating spaces where we could bring them back in.
So I think as just creative beings in general, right? Like in order for us to create, we have to get closer to the creator.
Right.
So we can get those downloads, that stream of consciousness. And you're a very gifted individual, bro. So like, when did you realize you were gifted? And was it before Syracuse or was it during your journey there?
Yeah, I knew I was gifted because life could have turned out even worse for me.
Talk about that a little bit.
Like there's moments where I see my mom, being held at gunpoint, and I thought that was gonna be it for her. And I'm 6 years old, and I got to deal with that pain. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to get up out of here. I can't wait to change my whole family trajectory, the whole bloodline. I'm like, God made sure that I had my mama to raise me, single mom at that. I can't even fathom a foster home. So I knew I was gifted. I knew I was here for a purpose because I kept getting saved. I kept getting saved. There was a point I almost died because I was like drowning in the pool. My mom trusted her friend to look after me. Friend on her phone. I'm like 8. I barely made it to the surface. So when you see yourself keep getting saved again and again, you keep making stupid mistakes or things are happening by chance, and you still here, you still breathing, you
How
still
can you
got a
question
heartbeat.
that? Yeah.
Come on. That's all I need to see. I'm special. I'm not the brightest. I should be falling out. I walk very slow. I feel like a car should have hit me by now. No, we got angels. We got God. There's something deeper here that's keeping us. We not that intelligent. We not that smart. That's why we can't beat our own heart. He makes sure our heart beat on his own. We would mess up. We need his divine guidance in everything. In every cell, I just submit. And I let God take the wheel, and that's how I'm able to speak so well or do the things that I'm doing. I don't take the credit. I'm not that bright.
You can't take the credit.
I can't take the credit.
Yeah, because it's not you.
It's not me. I don't even know how I'm here, bro.
Nah, that's real.
It's beautiful.
That's real. Talk about that a little bit though. Like, you've experienced being in the juvenile system a little bit,
Right.
and that kind of like you know,
Right.
weren't always on the right path.
Yeah. I think for me, just like I seen a lot of people take a certain way, and I was like, I could either take this way or I could take the way that my grandpa's telling me, my mom's telling me. It's like, nah, don't look at your environment. Look at what you can do within that environment. So instead of me falling victim to drugs or whatever, I seen people doing that.
Yeah.
I just stayed in school. I was like, school's gonna get me out. Education is the way out of whatever I'm in. And my mom made sure that whatever I was in was still great. Like I still was able to get birthday presents and all of that. Rent was always paid on time. But it's just about understanding like you could either go this way or you could go that way. And I'm like, I'm gonna stay in school, I'm gonna focus, and I'm gonna do what I've been called to do. I'm gonna create. And like you said, the closer you are to the creator, the more you start to realize the ways in which you can create.
Talk about it, bro. So, you attended Syracuse.
Yes, sir.
When did you graduate?
2024, last year.
Okay.
Dang, that's crazy.
So you're a full-time entrepreneur now. Like,
Full-time
why did you
entrepreneur.
decide to go full-time entrepreneur instead of going the corporate route or working in media in another way?
Because corporate did not find me valuable enough.
Talk about it.
Corporate did not find me valuable enough. But what do they know? They look at statistics, numbers, money. It's a corporation. There's people that they answer to. They already know who they're gonna select. They just doing interviews because they got to as part of the due process. It's crappy.
But your resume there was very, very like fire though. Like
It was
you were
stacked.
tapped in with leadership,
It was
advocacy, creativity, and working
Right.
in the media department.
Right.
How did your experience at Syracuse maybe
Right.
just influence the work that you're doing today?
I'll tell you that I was the first one to I was one of the founders of the first Black Student Union at that school. That school been up since 1870 something.
That's crazy.
When I say resume stacked, because it was one way that everybody said we had to go. You gotta go corporate. We don't know the creative stuff. You trying to do music, you trying to do YouTube, we don't know that. You need to do this and do corporate. And so, but here's what happened though. Syracuse prepared me in every single way. Because while I was in school, I was working on my purpose. And I was getting my degree in communications. So it was all perfectly aligned. Now I'm communicating. And
A natural orator.
you know, like everything worked out perfectly.
So
And,
at Syracuse was the first time you picked up the camera.
yeah. Syracuse was the first time I really picked up a camera and took it serious. For real.
How did the camera change your life?
I'm able to press record and be authentic, share it with the world. I don't know what I'm gonna get back, but I know something will come back at some point. There will be some type of views, some type of likes, some type of comments. Now I'm able to build a community little by little. The more videos I put out, the more I fish back to people who think like us.
It's that reciprocity.
You have to post. We're searching for each other. The world is scarce.
Yeah.
So I just kept posting. I was lonely. I'm like, nobody else thinks with purpose. Everybody else thinks with pleasure. Everybody else thinks with, the temporary things. Nobody is locked in. Nobody has a mission. I'm like, where's my people at? So every time I recorded a YouTube video or every time I recorded an Instagram video, I found more and more people who thought like me and you.
I feel like once you start to step,
Yeah.
that's when the universe starts to reward you, and
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the resources, the people that you're searching for start to align with you. I just was talking to my man about this last week. Just being in alignment with people
Right.
on that frequency. And when you're
Right.
creating, you start to align with people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to see that. And purpose driven is your community. It's
Right.
the brand, right? What does it mean to be purpose driven?
To be purpose driven means that you are doing everything you can to be the best version of yourself. To express the light of God the best way that you can. To leave some sort of mark and legacy, not for you, but for those that come after you and after them and after them. To heal our bloodline and make the world something better before you go. It's about evolving. If I can name the channel something else other than purpose driven, it would be to evolve. Because that is what we're here to do. There's nothing else but evolve.
How have you seen yourself kind of evolving
Yeah.
since you started that process?
I've become more conscious, more aware, more present. I was living in my head a lot. Live way more present now. That's how I know I'm aligned with God. Because God is still. In scripture it says, be still and know that I am God. You can only know God if you're still. We keep moving. We moving in our head. We moving in real life. We doing a lot. We don't have time to just sit down. As I continue to do the work that I was called to do, I began to get closer and closer to my Father. The main one.
So let's lean into that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just about being still, because we're all creatives, right? Me, I'm like overly ambitious. I overthink everything, and we stay in our head.
Yeah.
Like, what advice would you give to those to get out of their own way?
Yeah. So a technique, you can't breathe, like you can't focus on your breathing and focus on your thoughts at the same time. So I would minimize your thoughts by just focusing on your breath, focusing on your breathing.
That's something that a lot of people take for granted. I
Yeah.
feel like, yeah.
Yeah, the mind ain't that smart. I told y'all we was dumb. It's all God. So when you breathe and you focus on that as it goes in and out, you ground yourself, you recenter yourself, and now you're able to think consciously and clearly. A lot of our thinking is unconscious. So if you want to be a music artist or you want to be a painter, you start thinking about your paintings. Oh, that painting I did last night wasn't that good. I showed it to my friend. They didn't understand the deeper meaning. Nobody gets me. This world sucks. I want to die. So now you see this trend of sadness because you put yourself in an imprisonment in your head. You have to observe it. You have the power to observe your thoughts, and you can think consciously and create like God did in a way. I want a beautiful life. That's all I'm going to think about. I want to be the best painter I could possibly be. I'm going to just align myself with God as much as possible. And then you get out of your own way and you just let God operate through you. Why would I care about somebody else's opinions on my vision when it's my vision and God gave me the vision? They
So
can't see the vision,
Right.
so you can't ask for people's opinion. They got to experience it. If they wasn't there with you painting, they not going to understand what was painted. They don't get it. That's why these brothers got a vision, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm there. Y'all got a good vision. And only few people will see your vision. Few people. But that's all you need. All we need is everybody that's in here right now. That's all we need. We see a vision, and we put the time aside to be here. It's something bigger guiding us. So you got to let that bigger I, the I am, guide you. You the little I. You not the big I. We can't do much. We stupid. I'm trying to tell y'all. I just let the big I operate, because when I try to think on my own, I'm dumb.
Yeah, at all.
Start digging yourself in.
So I wanna pivot a little bit. Let's talk about content a little bit. You know, talk to us a little bit about your process for creating content. Like, what goes into like the behind the scenes of just operating a business on YouTube and just creating content in general.
What pushed me to really take YouTube serious was I truly feel called to help people. And it was such a real feeling. That's how I knew it was my purpose, because I couldn't get it out my head.
It just kept coming up.
It just kept coming up. I'm like, I don't actually want to turn on this camera and record a video today. I don't even know what goes into this. I don't even know what camera to use. But I had to do it. I put my first camera on credit. My wife paid for my microphone. She was the first investor in my business. She still helped the business. Sacrificed some of her own dreams so I could live out mine. People sacrificing for you now. You gotta make it.
Yeah. You got no choice.
You don't got no choice, man. And then I'm like, yo, for me, I'm a forward-thinking man. I don't mind if I gotta move back with mom. There's no shame in that. I would have done it, and I'm glad that mama worked hard enough to provide a home where I'm able to move back in. But I didn't want to. I wanted that pressure as a man to just be out in the world and thug it out
Make your own way.
and make my own way. Because if I ain't gonna start now, remember the mind is dumb. The little I's gonna say, "Oh, I could just stay in mama house and just keep stacking
Be comfortable.
and be comfortable." Now I'm 55.
Right.
No girl like me. I don't got no wife, and I wouldn't be sitting here with this ring on right now. So what I'm saying is, I took a chance, and I follow my heart, man. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be on YouTube. I post it every single day. I still post every single day. People will say I made it now. I'm still posting every single day.
It's still more work to do.
There's still more work to do. I
Right.
didn't make it nowhere. I'm trying to reach millions because this is what people should be hearing in their life. We kept the same foundation from day one, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't just post every day because I'm trying to grow on YouTube. We almost had 300,000 subscribers. I can't even count how much people coming in now. I'm posting every day because it's purpose.
Man,
It's purpose. That's how strong purpose is.
you just reminded me to stay consistent in my purpose.
Oh yeah.
Stay consistent in doing what you're doing, what you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's real.
So I feel like, you know, a lot of us want to get started on YouTube,
Yeah.
have questions about can you really make money off of
Yeah.
your passion or your purpose, and you're doing it. So like, what are some of the ways that people can make money off of YouTube? I know that you can make
Yeah.
money getting monetized from your views,
Mhm.
ads, but you know, talk to them a little bit about that.
Most definitely. Authenticity is your number one friend. You can make money on YouTube because people are looking to invest in people like them. You have the vision. Your channel is a vision. And when you post on YouTube each and every day, you're building out that building. You're building out that vision. People have to live in that space. People have to pay rent. See this analogy? Your building got some apartments, it got a couple subways, a couple things people can eat. What are you doing? You sell products in your building. You are the manager of the building. You are the architect of the building. You built this building, but somebody has to live in the space. What do you want to sell on YouTube? You want to make a book? People are looking for books. You can be that space where they can go buy the book. I'm an author. Didn't know nothing about writing no book, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
Now I got a book. You know, my wife could hold it up at some point, but now we got a book.
Yes, definitely
Right.
show it around.
So you can pass it around. And then moving forward, what products do you want to create? And the reason I say that is because, and he mentioned, yes, YouTube can pay you, but remember, that's YouTube paying you. YouTube gonna pay you what they feel like paying you.
Right.
It's based on advertisements, it's based on CEOs, it's based on budget cuts. When you create a product, it's based on you and the value that you bring. I want you to be owners. YouTube is a space for you to have your space, but then you take that space and then you build an email list.
So is it more so like a marketing tool?
Your
kinda?
marketing.
Got you.
Your market. That is not home base. Home base is your brain. You got to keep thinking in streams. Every day I'm thinking of income streams. Home base is my brain. It's not YouTube. People will look at me as a YouTuber, but I've created another stream. Now I'm an author. What do you call me? Author, YouTuber. Yeah, it's streams. Just flowing out my brain. Well,
Right.
not my brain, God, right? But remember, we're not that
Flowing
smart.
through you.
Right, but it's flowing through me. So as an entrepreneur, you don't just start and stop with YouTube. YouTube is a space. It's a stream. You're going to get one stream. This is the cool thing about streams. There's other streams that break apart. So what can you gain from YouTube, and how do you start winning on YouTube? You post as consistent as you could possibly post, at least 3 posts a week. The algorithm's going to favor you the more consistent you are. Eventually, YouTube's going to pay you. But how can you have your audience pay you? And where can you bring your audience? That's where the email list pops in at. You always share. You never just keep and have a favorite. You should never have a favorite social media site. Instagram needs to keep being competitive. YouTube needs to keep being competitive. TikTok needs to keep being competitive. So they're all sharing an audience. You need to be everywhere. You got to be everywhere, but you can start somewhere. And I would say one of the best places to start on social media is YouTube, because the fan base is strong.
Just the community.
The community is stronger. They're not watching you for 3 seconds on TikTok, or that used to be Vine, my bad. They're not watching you for 30 seconds to 3 minutes on TikTok. They watching you for 15 to 60 minutes on YouTube, whatever you create. They have a stronger bond with you. Now you can take those people anywhere. I started on YouTube first, grew to, now we at 270,000. Then I focused on TikTok and Instagram. So you want to master one social media platform
then
first,
take the
then
community.
take your talents and take the community elsewhere. Now Instagram is almost at 100K. We at 88 point something. I don't know. We at 88 something. You know, so it starts somewhere, but you always need to populate your mind with other ideas. Always have that vision of today it's YouTube. The YouTube's gonna get here, but I'm gonna take my audience here, and I'm gonna take it here, and that's how you start making money, because you are thinking of ideas in which to serve your audience. So you might have found somebody on YouTube that day, but they prefer TikTok. So the fact that you have a TikTok already, you can start posting on there. Now you feeding them. See?
So
Right there.
how really important is thumbnails and
Yeah.
just like hooks? Is that important? Like, do people really need to tap into that a little bit more? Like, put more focus onto that? Like, talk about that too.
Yeah. Thumbnails are very important. Titles are more important though.
Okay.
Okay.
Titles are way more important.
Explain, elaborate.
So we all think that we're visual creatures, but before you click yes, you're gonna read the fine print.
For sure.
So the vision looks great, but I need to know what I'm getting into. If you can let them know what they're getting into, and that is really appealing. It's like you click this video, you're gonna have a good time. What makes the mind have a good time? What's fundamental to the mind? Emotions. We're emotional creatures. So now your thumbnail, you sad. Your title got today, man, y'all couldn't believe. That could literally be your title. Today, man, y'all wouldn't believe what happened to me. Story time. What happened to this person? Why he looking like this?
For sure, though.
Why
That's
his
real.
head?
That's
Now
real.
you have questions. You need your questions answered. Why would you give them the answer in the title? Today I crashed my car at 3 p.m. and then it got fixed. And, oh, I got the story next.
Right, yeah, scroll through.
You
scroll
gotta
through.
reel people in. I did an event today. With who? How? Where? What? That would be the title of my YouTube video. My wife recorded some of it.
That's
Today
so
I did an
simple,
event.
but so effective, man.
So you drawing people in through that title because everyone's gonna read the fine print. We know something could look beautiful, but what's your name? Oh, you beautiful. Oh, thank you. What's the next question? What's your name before I really start this conversation?
that's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? And then we go and we flow from there. So the title is very important because when you tell your friends you met this person, you're not gonna say, "Oh, I met this person and they beautiful." What's her name, bro? Oh, I forgot. We need titles. So focus more on titles. You can perfect thumbnails later. You can't be a graphic designer and the best title maker and the best YouTuber and the best videographer. You're gonna have to pick something first and then stick with it and then evolve in other areas. Once you get really good at titles, now you can really start focusing on thumbnails. So take your time with the process. This ain't no overnight thing. This is gonna take some time. But it's possible, especially if you're doing it every single day or at least multiple times a week.
I love that. So you made a post, I think it was yesterday, right? You talked about choosing your hearts, right? Entrepreneurship comes with hearts. A 9-to-5 comes with hearts.
Saw that, okay.
Talk to us about some of the hardships that you've had to experience on your journey as just a creative, just an entrepreneur, and just
Yeah.
your YouTube journey in general.
I'll tell you this, so, and I told you a little bit of this too, just yesterday, well, a couple days ago. I'm now waiting for 5 days to see and get a response from Amazon Kindle, because I'm an author, why my book was removed from Amazon. My team did nothing wrong. I have a business partner, we did nothing wrong. We just put the book up. We followed every rule. I look it up online. This happens to a lot of authors on Amazon. So I'm like, okay, I feel comfort knowing I'm not the only one.
Right.
I need to get my account back so I can start feeding my family and my book can start selling again. I got people who's looking for the book and they can't buy it. And so that I just went through that a couple days ago. And we had to write polite emails no matter how upset we were. Hey, Amazon Kindle team. Da-da-da-da-da. As an entrepreneur, you are still dependent on systems. I am dependent on Jeff Bezos and his team to get it together. That's why it's important for me to have an email list. If I just got to buy my book and print it myself, I will. Now that I got an email list and y'all give me your address, I can ship it to you. And you pay me $15 and we good. So you always are an entrepreneur first. You always need a baseline of if all else fails, if systems crumble, if YouTube goes through an adpocalypse, which they did back in 2016, 2015, 2014. Adpocalypse meaning YouTubers used to get paid way more. I'll be a millionaire by now. But now, you know, it touches 100,000 some, you know, it's cool, but I'd be a millionaire because ads were worth more back then. You cannot depend on systems fully. You have to create your own. So I have something called the Chosen Ones, where I give videos on my own website, and people could pay like a Patreon. See, I could have said,
Direct to
I could have
consumer.
said what I could have said. This one I'm giving y'all a real game. I could have said I went on Patreon. You would have caught me.
But you created
Patreon's
your
still a
own,
platform.
your own internet.
I created my own internet, my own domain. The internet is endless. Create a website today. You need to create a website today. Buy the domain. Buy the $100 domain. We don't invest in things that will return us hundreds of thousands because it costs $100. I've seen it happen too much. Invest in your goals. So you can buy an expensive car to make a lot of noise that nobody cares about, like the brother outside or the sister outside. Invest in yourself so you can have the life that you want.
Nah, absolutely. That was real. That was real. At this time, I want to, open it up to the guests. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. Nothing on y'all hearts.
It's not really a question. I kind of want to add to what you said.
Can you come up a little bit?
You're talking about purpose, and I think that's why my whole journey right now is being about purpose. And we're all creatives in some way, and I think it's sometimes we get stuck and it's like, oh, if I'm this artist, there's gonna be some artist that's better than me, stuff like that. But if you look at yourself, it's like God created you as an individual. You have your own DNA coding. Absolutely. No matter if someone's another artist as you, or someone's another singer as you, so that you have something that's different, that's special, that's made specifically for you.
Right.
And if you allow yourself to be used as a vessel for God, stop driving that car and let Him drive the car. You'll be able to see life in a whole different way. Where it's like there really is no pressure. And if you look at pressure, pressure is actually a good thing for you because you need pressure to become a big diamond.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that pressure, if you don't have that chaos, if you don't have those emotions that are gifts to you, you will never know what your purpose is. And that purpose needs that fuel. And that fuel is the energy you get, the chaotic things you're going to go through, that fight you went through with your best friend, that person who pushed you or bumped into you in the street. You don't realize that those are all tokens for you to put back into your gift. And when you keep feeding your gift back that fuel, it gets birthed into something that's like you can't even imagine what it is.
Right.
And when we talk about like these things, we get these jobs, and we say, okay, you know what? I didn't get a job because I gotta do this and this stuff like that. But you don't need a job. You need to work.
Right.
You need to work. Your gift is your work, and the more you work that gift, you'll have an abundance of life for everything that you need.
Right.
It's a process, and sometimes that process don't always start off as pretty. The process can start off as grimy and gritty and ugly.
Right.
But you have to go through the steps in order for you to get to that next side. You can't bypass anything. You have to go through each step, each process, because that's the only way you're gonna get to build that character that you need to get to that next level. So everything you're saying, brother, is right, and I'm connected with you. I understand what you're saying.
Wow.
I appreciate you for sharing
said
that. That was love.
You said it. That's a spotlight of the night right there. Thank you for that. Powerful.
Anybody else?
I got a question. I came a little late, but
Introduce yourself.
my name's Jeremy Tate. I do cybersecurity, but I'm also doing content, clothing content, motivational content, music. And I wanted to ask you about like discipline and purpose, and like what made you, lock in on the discipline standpoint. Because like people can have a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff going on, but like, what made you like, all right, I'm gonna just be more disciplined with this?
Yeah. It's one step at a time and literally living it. Like we always hear it, and it's like you probably like, man, how one step at a time do with discipline? But watch, right? One step at a time, because the more present you are, the more disciplined you can be in that moment. Because now you're not thinking like, oh, what do I got to do here? What's more important? What's this and that? You're like, you know what? I'm going to just start here, and I'm going to just do step one, and I'm going to just focus on this. And you just keep mastering that and keep doing that each and every day. Now you got that under control. Now you can do the next thing. And then you master that. Then you got that under control. And now you have dominion over your life. There's people, they still don't control certain things in their life. They don't even control their own emotions. They let somebody else get them angry. Discipline is control, it's power. That's your gift. That's what God wants you to have dominion. You can't have as much dominion as he got, but you got your own dominion. And discipline is needed in every area of your life. So what I'm saying is, discipline is not an act. You are disciplined. It's just a mental choice to say discipline is not part of my essence. I'm never gonna get it, man. You know, I'm never gonna get it. You know, you buy a car, it's expensive already. Then you put something to make it louder. But I probably do the same too. But what I'm saying, I'll do the same too, right? Dodge Charger, something like that. But when you say that it's part of your essence, now it's like that's your identity, and it's hard to war with your identity. It's like, no, this is who I said I am. I am a disciplined individual because this is the only way to be disciplined. It's to claim it. And then you start doing everything that you need to do because it's your essence. Like when we describe God, we say God is love. God is kind. God is patient. God is just. We don't say God has characteristics of a just person. God has characteristics of love. No, love is God. God is love. Like, that's a fact. You are disciplined, bro. You just have to decide, do you want that to be part of your essence or not? It's an essence thing. It's not something that you attain. You can never attain discipline. It's either you are or you not. So that means that has to be part of your DNA. And after tonight, I know it will be. Because that's what you want, and you get what you want in life.
Absolutely. So we got time for one more question. Say your name, introduce yourself for us, please.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yes, sir.
Watch you all the time, bro.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
My question is, so as you started YouTube and everything, of course, consistency plays a big role when it comes to like progress. How did you, when you see you have your ups and downs, how did you keep that consistent going? You know, keep that fire rolling.
Yeah.
You know, through those ups and downs, those bad times.
Yeah.
It's hard to like keep that going.
It's hard.
We're not robots. We're human
It's
beings.
hard. Right. Your feelings are just. There's a place for them. But they don't know how bad you really want it. And you don't have much time to go get it. Like, life is long, but it's also short. Your feelings don't know how urgent your dreams really are. Only the bigger I can. Your ego don't. Your ego is your name and all that, but you a vessel for God, so that's the bigger I. Become the bigger I. The bigger I knows that we only have about 100. Now you 20, you got 80. Now you 30, you got 70. When we gonna start? It's urgent down here on earth. We don't think it is, but it is. It's urgent.
That's so real.
My grandma gone. My uncle gone. People gone. My life, it expands in certain ways, but it decreases. People that I know and love, as I get older, they disappear. You don't have much time. And time is your biggest asset. That's why if something costs $100 for you to go invest, go do it. I know both these cameras. I got that one at home. I made the investment. When I brought it, it was $699. Now it's $1,000. I keep up with these things. I know, right?
It's crazy.
That's because of inflation and all that. So urgency, it's urgent. Your dream is urgent. Your emotions don't understand the urgency, but still observe your emotions, respect them. You're a human being. That's part of your experience. I'm not gonna tell you don't listen to your feelings, bro. Just work hard until you die. No, that's not the point of this. Your feelings don't understand how urgent the work is, and when you actually do the things you don't want to do, you live the life you always wanted to live. That's the key to it. But emotions can't understand that. Only spirit can. Live through your spirit.
And just like that, we got it. Malique, I appreciate you, good brother.
I appreciate you.
We're gonna have some time a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We got a quick, wrap up a little bit. But I want to get a picture with everybody, please, before we dip off. Make sure you guys find some time to check out the QR code. Stay connected with us. We are accepting donations today. If you are feeling generous enough to plant a seed, I really appreciate y'all, and thank you. We got some drinks, food, before we kind of wrap up. Yes.
I really appreciate y'all coming.